Okay. I'm waiting for a few folks to come on in. It's Mike from Where's My Sage and Tactical Bigfoot Research. I know it's been a little while since I've done any updates on the tactical Bigfoot research kind of stuff. We've been doing a lot of stuff on our show. But after talking to some friends this week, and I'm getting ready to go back up in the woods this weekend to do some research, I thought I would put a couple of tips out there. After speaking with a few other investigators and looking at some folks making some track questionable research on if they have a human track or if they've got an animal track, they got a Bigfoot. Hey, Bigfoot Anonymous, thank you for joining in the other night with Tim and Matt. So today we're kind of talking about some tips when you're getting out in the woods. So when you're going out there and you're finding those tracks, but before you get out there and you get ready to look at your tracks, find everybody that's in your group, take a photo of their shoes. And the reason I'm saying take a photo of their shoes, see what kind of tread everybody's got going on their shoes. See if folks have got toe shoes on, even some of the Vibrella, or I can't pronounce it today, the Vibram shoes that don't look like their toe shoes still kind of have that foot imprint. So I'm suggesting, folks, if you're going out in the woods to do some tracking for Bigfoot, make sure that you're turning around and taking photos of your shoes. That way you can compare them when you get back. See if those any tread marks are in there. Also, make sure you're taking a tape measure with you. Small cloth tape measure like you can get in most of your fabric stores, your big box stores that have some crafting. Those cloth tapes are really nice because you can use them for multiple different things. You can use them as a tie down if you need to. They're nice and light. They don't make a lot of noise when you're pulling them out in the field. I mean, the regular old tape measure is great. It's stiff. My buddy Steve suggests using a Keeson rod, which is used for evidence collection, which gets long and stiff. And, you know, if you're doing tall subjects or something, it's really nice. However, I'm a real big fan of that cloth. If you needed to use it as a tourniquet, like I said, it's tie down or a rope, and it's nice and bright. Some of the tape measures folks are using are not as bright. You can't see the numbers. So at least they're taking that data, but please, you know, if is a suggestion, take and use something that's got a brightness so you can kind of see the numbers and help you out a little bit. And this is for you down the line. This isn't for other folks, but when you're going through multiple sections of research and looking at multiple photos, it makes it a little easier sometimes to take a look. Also, if you can, take multiple photos of the track that you're looking for. Instead of just that single track, that one with the old, let's put the boot next to it, you might be missing some stuff. So having that tape measure down, taking multiple photos around the circle. Hello, Christy. And yeah, I'm doing this live here before I meet up with Christy. We're going up to work with some other researchers this weekend and doing a basic Bigfoot thing for some paranormal investigators that are switching to try out some Bigfoot stuff. We're also doing a paranormal investigation this weekend, so please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We'll probably be on and off throughout the weekend. I know in the past I really suggested that 3D app. And the reason for that 3D app, like I just said, using the multiple photos and getting around that track, and that photos or that 3D software helps you to really take those multiple photos from different angles. I noticed recently I was out with a friend. We thought we had a cat track, but with doing those multiple photos and looking at different angles, actually we noticed that there were some nail prints. So it actually really was just a big dog print. But the way everything was set up, that nail really didn't show up on the first 2 or 3 photos. There'll be a lot more stuff coming from Tactical Bigfoot Research coming up in the next couple of months. Next week, the On the Trail of Bigfoot, the journey through Small Town Monsters are going to be released. So please, if you get a chance, go over and support Small Town Monsters. Seth and his crew, you know, let me join them. Hi, Brian. Um, on their journey, and now that we're getting back out after this pandemic and folks are getting into the woods, Seth's film really kind of hits that, how we felt trapped and how we needed to get out there. So take a look at that Small Town Monsters on the Trail of the Journey with Seth and Alexander Petrikoff and Mark Matsky and Andy Matsky and a whole bunch of other folks. Steve Culls is in there, and John and those guys out in Massachusetts, and Dave and Emily from Forest Fleur. Take a look at those things. And, he pops in right at the perfect time. Hello, Matt. Matt here from Central Florida Bigfoot. I'm going to leave his logo up here for a second. Is in the process of putting a nice little piece together. Man, I sound a little grumpy this morning, so I apologize about that. But I haven't had a chance to really get back to you guys in a while. And on Matt's YouTube channel, he's going to be putting a nice little piece together with him and Tim T and Bigfoot Dave and yours truly. And it's a nice little walk. Some guys, me from being from up north, talking to some guys from down south, and having a good hike, finding some things, sharing information. And please check that out. He did some great things. And if you look at our show from the other night, Matt and Tim T and Christy and I had a great time talking about things. We're all pretty new in the last, these guys in the last 2 years, me in the last 6, getting out there, taking and learning from everybody. And we like to share that information. You can also find a couple of us over on Clubhouse. That's a new app where we're sharing a lot of information, and it's a new cryptozoology movie. Or cryptozoology, not movie. It's basically an application where we're able to share some information, like those old chat lines from the 80s. Bigfoot Anonymous, thank you. Yep, we will. We hope to have a good expedition. Matt, the film's going to be great. I'm looking at it today. Matt's got a background in photojournalism. He's using some great equipment. Check some of the stuff that he's doing out. Even with his Adobe, he doesn't have to do the big circles when we're looking at things. So thank you for joining us the other night. We really appreciate it. Brian, thank you. Yeah, that Swatch TV, Steve Culls, he's on Sunday nights. Steve's one of my mentors. He and Chris have been great. I filled in for Chris, and those guys brought me on the other night. It was kind of nice to go through and do some things. So that's my other point, folks. With the paranormal community, with the cryptid community, get out there, join some other teams. I wouldn't even say join it, just get out with some other folks. Let's try to be friendly and share what we have, accept other people's views in this crazy world where everybody's angry at everybody else. Let's really get out there and, be friendly to each other, learn from each other, because nobody really truly knows what we're looking for. But it's a good time with some great people. And that's that I want to say with Matt's production coming up. It's a bunch of guys sharing some information that on the trail of Bigfoot, the journey, that's a bunch of folks getting together, enjoying some time out in the woods around the Bigfoot subject, but it's getting out there. Please take a look at what they've got. Like I said, our paranormal stuff's out there. That is true. You're only as good as the team around you, and share what you have. Accept other people for who they are. There's just too much animosity I see lately, and I met some really good people over the last couple of years, and getting out to some wonderful locations. I mean, today we're going up to work with some folks in northern New York, and like I said, one day is going to be a paranormal, the other one's going to be Bigfoot, and then we'll probably sharing the rest of the time between both, depending on the weather. So get out there, see what's going on. please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Where's My Sage. I know I put some stuff up here on YouTube and Facebook, but most of the time we put things over to uh, our YouTube channel and Where's My Sage and our Instagram. So please go over there, share, and like our Instagram and our YouTube. I think we're kind of transitioning, like a lot of folks, more over to YouTube just because the messages aren't getting out for the notifications on Facebook. We really, Christy and I, love the support that you guys have. We've got some great guests coming up. Where we've got so Bigfoot. Mike, I like that you bridge paranormal and Bigfoot. I think it's silly when people divide them. All the energies all connected. Yeah, I will agree with you on that, and I appreciate that comment. I'm still the flesh and blood guy, but I'm out there with the paranormal stuff, and I've seen stuff go back and forth. So one of these days, one of you guys is going to get me to jump ship, I think. Not quite completely over to the woo, but something's there, but something's been there. That's that whole process behind Where's My Sage is tasting that universe. You look at a yogi or some of the other monks and what they can do with their breathing and their energy and our energy healing that myself and Christy both do. I mean, the stuff's there. We just need to learn more. I mean, animals do strange things, but it's more about getting out to that energy. Finally pointed somebody with, oh, okay. Christy, I missed that comment. Who you're reviewing. Maybe I'm missing a comment that didn't come in here. Most of this looks like it's going to YouTube instead of Facebook. Brian's over on Facebook. But what I'm going to say, we're now in the summer. Get out in the woods. Get out to your paranormal things. Still kind of watch the social distancing. I know we're opening up finally. But I'm going to be doing some more things on safety and equipment. Kind of got away from my tactical Tuesdays, and that's something we really need to get back into. We're going to be reaching out to Chris over at Squatch Gear. Hi, Sandy, and we're gonna talk some backpacks soon and some of the other gear to use out there. We have Doug Hychek from Monster Quest coming on in a couple of weeks. We will definitely be talking, the old Monster Quest and equipment. And so those things are on there. I don't know what everybody's got planned for the weekend. If you got any good investigations coming up, please feel free to share. If there's a place that you guys might want us to take a look at and we have the time, please let Christy and I know through Where's My Sage, or on either of our public pages, Tactical Bigfoot Research or Christy London, Reiki Master and Medium. Oh, gotcha. She was responding to the comment about marrying the two together. It is. We're going to get out in this location that we're going to Bigfoot this weekend. There's a lot of paranormal activity. So who knows what we're going to get. I think that's going to be an interesting weekend. So we'll see. We got a local guide that's going to kind of take us up into that area that has a lot of connections to the community. So she hears a lot of things that most folks don't get to see. And that's Sheila that we've been out with in the past for the Star Clark Tin Shop and Underground Railroad Museum, where we've had a lot of things. So, those old shows are on there. The Spotify stuff and Spreaker and iTunes and Alexa. If you want to listen to some of those old reading shows or even our panel shows, they're available. So take a look. But folks, get out there and enjoy things. Now we're free to get off the couches. Sandy says, since the weather is getting warmer, I can't wait till you spot a squatch. I'd love to see one. I'd love to see one too. If it happens, it happens. But you know what? I'm going to enjoy that time in the woods, recharging my batteries and getting out there. What else? What is everybody else doing this weekend? Anything special? Any big investigations that anyone's doing this weekend on from YouTube or from Facebook land? Matt, you got any big projects coming up? I see you said Steve's got you for this weekend. It'll be interesting to see that, how that goes. Bigfoot Anonymous, you got any big plans for investigations this weekend? So, but I just wanted to check in with everybody. I'm waiting for Christy to meet me at the halfway point so I move to our next location. Like I said, we'll be in and out throughout the weekend, so please hit that like. Oh, yes. Editing is good, and we're going to try some new equipment out, so I know I'm going to be doing a lot of editing this weekend. You know, get out there and, oh, there she is. Enjoy the time out. Again, I said next week, Tuesday. I don't think I saw one. I got some strange stuff on thermal. I've had rocks thrown at me, and there's a crazy woman knocking at my window. I don't know if I'm going to let her in the car or not. So.
Hi, everybody.
So now that my partner in crime is here, I think we're going to continue down. Oh, I don't think everybody needed to know that.
Listen, I just drove an hour and a half.
So I've had rocks thrown at me. We found some prints. We found some other stuff that we just can't explain. But Sandy says hello.
Hi.
So does Matt.
Hi, Matt. Hi, Sandy.
So get out there, take a look at some of those past episodes. We've got some really nice investigations. There's some really great Bigfoot information. If you guys look back to the panel with Cliff and Jay and Joe and Steve and myself, this last one we did with Matt and Tim T, you know, we've got a lot of great guests in the past, and we're going to have some great ones coming up. So please, you know, swing back over, take a look at some of those past episodes, and like and share, because we got some really cool things going this summer. We've got a lot of travel plans, a lot of festivals that we will be at. A couple of Paracons. We'll be in Gettysburg. We'll be in Massachusetts. We'll be in Whitehall. We're going to be a lot of different places. So, you know, we want to sit and talk to you guys. And if you've got any suggestions, other places you want to see us investigate, please let us know. So from myself here at Tactical Bigfoot Research, Mike saying goodbye, and Christy sneaking in here last minute into my feed. I think she drove an hour and a half just so she could get on my feed.
Don't flatter yourself.
Yeah. Be safe, sample on, and please go over and like and share that Where's My Sage YouTube channel. We definitely broadcast to both this channel and to that one, but you know, that's our big one to do a lot of our stuff up. So that's where we do both the paranormal, the Bigfoot, and the reading shows. We got a reading show coming up this week, but like I said, this weekend, keep an eye out because we'll be bouncing back between Where's My Sage and Tactical Bigfoot Research on the Bigfoot stuff, and Where's My Sage and Christie's for the paranormal stuff. So please check those channels out. But Where's My Sage is where you can always find us. And be safe. Sample on.